Well, good evening, everyone. This is Coach Kiba here, live and in living color. Happy Monday night to everyone. I am so excited. I'm so excited to be here and to share with you. I've been doing some reading and some studying on a particular subject. And you know how you have those light bulb moments? It's like, I guess Oprah called the aha moment when that little light comes on and it's like, that's what it is, or that's what it's like. So that's what I want to share with you today. Now, for the past 3 or 4 weeks, we have been talking about how to live, your, let me look at my notes. We've been talking about how to win in life. And last week, our subject was practicing forgiveness. And of course, I shared my story of things that I've gone through and how I had to come to a place of forgiving. Hey, Gwen. And so tonight, I want to go a little different route because I feel that it is going to really empower and help someone. So we're going to step away from what we've been talking about, and we're going to talk about alignment. And this is not going to be a long scope because I don't think it's going to take 30 minutes to get this point across. But my first question I want to ask you, and I want you to think about this, when it comes to your life, how would you describe your life, say, on a scale, hey Gwen, on a scale of say 1 to 10, how happy would you say you are on a scale of 1 to 10? How angry, how fearful, how anxious, how depressed, how lonely, how judgmental, how frustrated? On a scale of say 1 to 10, where do you fall on that scale? Where do you fall? And let's say anything less than, I would say a 5, we may need to do some work. The ideal would be 10, to register at a 10. Everybody wants, to be 100%. But in most cases, that's not the case. Because we have work to do. We have work to do on ourselves. We have our own issues that we need to resolve. And so I want to talk about that tonight. And I was so empowered when I thought about the analogy that I'm going to use tonight that will hopefully empower and enlighten you when it comes to working on yourself. So this is the analogy. Let's say we're driving down, I'm close to Interstate 395 here, right outside of DC in Maryland, Virginia. Let's say we're riding down 395 in an automobile, car, truck, whatever. And you realize that you're driving down the interstate and you have your hands on the wheel, but you can feel there's a slight pull to the left, and you cruising in the right lane, but you can feel a slight pull to the left. And so what happens if you completely take your hand off the wheel and the car slowly pulls from the right lane to the left lane? What can happen if you take your hand, your control off the wheel? You can run into another car. You can run completely off the road. You can cause a serious accident. You can cause serious damage to someone else's life. You can take another life. You can cause serious damage to your life. You can take your life. And all this is because why? The car was not aligned. And so because it wasn't aligned, it could not go straight on the path or the highway that it was on. And because it wasn't aligned, it had the potential to cause an accident, damage, loss of life, loss of limb. All because why? All because it was not aligned. It wasn't balanced. It wasn't safe because it wasn't balanced. And when you took your hand or your control off the wheel, that gave the car permission to go in whatever direction it wanted to go, which was pulling to the left. And it's the same way with our life. Imagine you are the car. I am the car. And when I am not in control, when I'm angry all the time, when I'm fearful, when I'm anxious, when I'm depressed, those are my little warning lights saying, hey, girlfriend, hey, dude, you need an alignment. You're totally out of line. And you find yourself drifting in life to the left. And you don't understand why. What is going on? Why am I so angry? Why am I so unhappy? Why am I so frustrated? Why am I always depressed? Why does it seem like life is not working out for me? You know why? Because you're like a car in need of a serious alignment. And if you do not take the time to get that alignment, you put yourself and others that you come into contact with at risk, because you are living your life out of control. You haven't done the work to align your life. And so it's all off balance. It's like this. It's off balance. And so what we want to do is we want to come to a place where we are here. It's like you're only seeing half of me. What's missing? What half are you seeing? Do I need to go back or do I need to push it back? You're only seeing half. Is that better, Gwen? That's better? Okay. So when you're not aligned, when your life is not aligned, hopefully you can see me better now, Gwen. When your life is not aligned, then everything is like crazy. Your relationships, your personal, your work life, everything is just off the mark because you're not in alignment with who you really are. It's like me or my and I. My and I will always be parallel like this. And I think I talked about this last week. They will always be on the same. But the difference is my over here is temporary. I over here is permanent. I is the real you. My is the personality, the part of you that is a part of your physical form, but that part of you can't take into the forever after because it's only temporary. But when you become aligned, then who you really are, the I, and your personality, the physical aspect of you, your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, when those are in alignment, then that means you're whole, you're healed, you're in a good place, you're in a happy place. Life has purpose and meaning for you because you're in alignment. You know, this is just a personal story for me, and sometimes it literally just blows my mind. And no, I am not perfect. And no, this doesn't happen every day. I have to consciously check myself when I find myself going to the left, because it happens. It happens to everyone. But it's all about being aware and making yourself conscious of monitoring, how you feel, monitoring, what you do, what you think, what you say, the words that come out of your mouth. But I tell you what, it literally blows my mind the way things happen in my life. It's like I can think a thought, and before the day is over, that thought that I thought about, that situation, that person, it's like, bam, it shows up. And I'm like, wow, I was just thinking about that. And it could be the simplest thing. It doesn't have to be anything major, but it's like I make a conscious effort to check myself. Even when I find myself feeling a certain way or getting in a certain funk, I check myself and I pull myself out of it because I realize that I am the one that's in control of my will. I'm driving down this road called life, and I am the one that's in control. And when I feel myself going to the left, then I do my personal check of alignment and see where am I off? Why am I having this emotional moment? Why am I thinking this way? What have I allowed to come in and enter into my psyche, my conscious, and throw me off? But sometimes, when we're just going through life, oh, well, this is just me. Oh, well, it is what it is. Oh, this is just who I am. Really? Is it really who you are? Is that really you? Being angry all the time. Really? Is that really you? Is that really you? Is that the core? Is that the soul of who you are? The anger, the bitterness, the jealousy, the judgmental accusations, and all that ugly stuff. Is that really you? And do you really want to claim that as a person? Is there another side? What about love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, gratitude? Is that a part of who you are? Of course it is. Of course it is. But you know what? A lot of times we allow life experiences, situations, circumstances to take our focus off that road. And here we go. We're going to the left. We're out of alignment. And therefore, here we go. We're going to the left. But when you allow your emotions, your thoughts, to line up with who you really are, the soul of you, the spiritual part of you, the part of you that is love, the part of you that is kind, the part of you that does not die, the part of you that is not a part of your personality. It's not about, your feelings, but it's about who you really are. And who you really are does never die. The soul of us never die. We transition, we move on. Some say we come back. I don't know, because I've never left. But what the key point is, when you're out of alignment, you can tell, because, you're irritated, you are easily upset, the least little thing frustrates you. And when that happens, just stop. Don't be hard on yourself, but just ask yourself, okay, what's going on? What is going on? Why am I feeling this way? And another thing, think about it. When you're in control and you're driving down the interstate of life, you have to pay attention to the road, because, and a friend brought this to my attention. I said, you know what, you're right. But you have to pay attention to your road, because sometimes there's a curve in the road. And if you're going straight and you don't acknowledge that curve, you can still have a terrible accident. So you still have to pay attention. The key thing is pay attention. Pay attention to how you feel, because your feelings tell you where you are, whether or not you are in alignment or if you're off, if you're straying to the left, if you're straying to the right, or if you balance. Pay attention to your emotions and then question why. Why am I feeling this way? Am I depending on someone else to make me happy? Am I, depending on someone else to say that life is good and life is okay? Sometimes we have to ask ourselves those questions, because we unconsciously live that way, because we've been doing it for so long, until it seems natural. It seems normal, that we have become so dependent upon someone else to make our life, to create our life, not knowing that, no, every decision you make, every choice, you are creating your life every day. Every moment you make a choice, you make a decision, you're creating tomorrow. You're creating 20 years from now. It's not up to someone else to create your life. And I find that one of the biggest mistakes we make as humans is when we leave our happiness up to someone else, or especially when we come into a relationship. A lot of times we feel like it's that person's job to make us happy. But you know what? At the end of the day, the real truth is, it's never anyone's responsibility to make you nor I happy. But at the end of the day, my greatest commitment, and yours too, if you think about it, will always be to myself. It will always be to myself. Your greatest commitment, no matter how much you love the next person, will be to yourself. Because you know why? We come here with an individual soul purpose. And we're all on our journey. And it doesn't matter who you encounter. At the end of the day, your greatest commitment is going to be to yourself. It's going to be to fulfill your purpose. And in fulfilling your purpose, I guarantee you, you're going to lose some relationships along the way. Some people are not going to understand. And it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that you don't care, that you don't love people. But at the end of the day, you and I have a purpose. And at the end of the day, we are committed to that purpose. And at the end of the day, it's not about, as much as we want to, making the next person happy. But your greatest level of commitment is going to be to yourself. And that's hard for some people. And some people think that's selfish. But no, it's not selfish, because this is the benefit of me being committed to myself. If I'm committed to myself and my self-alignment, then that means I am walking around with my eyes wide open. I'm not sleepwalking. I'm conscious of my mood. I'm conscious of my behaviors. I'm conscious of my thoughts. I'm conscious of how I treat you. I'm conscious of everything that's flowing out of me. And therefore, when I am conscious and awake of what's flowing out of me, then I'm going to do what is necessary that's good. So it would be to your benefit if I am truly in alignment with who I really am. If I'm in alignment with why I'm here, my sole purpose in life is good, and I'm here to love, and I'm here to do my work, I'm here to serve my purpose, that's a benefit to whomever I come in contact with. Because you know what? You're going to get the best part of me, because my greatest commitment is to myself. But the key thing is I have to be in alignment with the real Kiba, with the real person. And because I'm in alignment, you ain't got to worry about me mistreating you. You ain't got to worry about me not loving you, because as much as I love myself, to the degree that I love myself, I promise you, I'll be able to love you to that same degree. And the more I work on myself, and the more that I am in alignment with my true self, then the better person, the better quality of a person you're going to get from me. But the key thing is, as I work on myself, I'm going to draw the same type person into my life. I'm going to attract that person or those people into my life. And you will find that the more you become in alignment with who you really are, those are the type of people that you're going to attract into your life. And the other people that don't get it, the other people may think you're crazy. The other people may think, oh, you miss goody two shoes. No, like, attract like. That's just the law. Like it, love it, leave it. It is what it is. Like attracts like. And so therefore, as I work on myself, as I become my higher, better self, I'm going to attract people that are where I am. And you don't have to worry about people, figuring out how to get ugly people, mean people out your life. Honey, they will leave. You don't have to worry about it. They will leave, because you guys are on a totally different plane. You're on a totally different level. You don't even give them the same kind of energy. So therefore, you know what? Eventually, they just fall away. They just fall away. They can't get you. They don't understand why you so happy. Today is Monday. Here we go again. That is a song I do not sing. Oh, today is Monday here. Well, another Monday. I'm here. That is not a song I sing. Every day is a good day for me. Every day I'm grateful. Every day I rise on this side, I'm good. Every day. There is no bad day for me. Whether it's raining, shining, sleeting, snowing, it's a good day. It's all about the attitude. It's all about the mindset, the attitude. It's all about knowing who you are. And I tell you, the more I realize who I am, the more I realize why I'm here and my purpose, I tell you, I am just like, bam, boom, I'm on like this whole new level. But the good thing about it, I realize I'm not by myself, because the more I grow and become, I meet more people who are also on this same journey, who are also on this same path. I understand my message is not for everybody, because everybody's not ready to hear it. But for those who are ready, for those who are ready for something different, for those who are tired of the same old, and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, my message is for you. My message is to empower you. My message is to let you know that you can be the game changer in your own life. But that's not for everybody, because I understand everybody's not ready. Some people are still sleepwalking. They're not ready. And that's okay. That's okay. But I know that this message is just not for everybody. And I'm cool with that. I am cool with that. So at the end of the day, here's the lesson for this week. Just think about it. Check your alignment. Make sure that you are truly walking. Awesome from David. Hey, David. Hello, little David. Make sure you are walking in your true self. You know, we have human being. Human is the personality. Human is the emotions. Human, you know, our feelings, they come and go. But the beingness of us, that's the soul, that's the core, that's the part of us that don't change. That's the place we're trying to get back to. Human being. We're a spiritual person, a spiritual body, and a physical body. And they merge together until it's time to separate. And the soul, the being lives on. And the humanness of us go back to the earth. We're dirt, dust of the ground. The human part of us, this physical, this shell, the car. But the car is not the soul. It's like the motor is the soul of the car. And you can't function one without the other. But at the end of the day, they have to be in alignment. They have to line up. They have to flow together. And when they flow together, life is really good. And you're happy all the time. And people want to know, why you so happy all the time? That's because, baby, I am in alignment. My life is on point. Yes, it is a beautiful thing to be whole. I am whole. I am single, but I am whole all day long. I am whole. The power of one. One. I'm not looking for someone to complete me because I'm already complete. I came here complete. I refuse to depend on someone else to make me complete and whole. I do that. That's my job. That's my work. That's my work to make sure my life is balanced. And when it gets a little bit off, that's my work to bring it back. No one can do that for us. No one. No one can do that for me, and no one can do it for you. But anywho, we're going to wrap it up. And as always, I appreciate you. This is Coach Kiba, live and in living color on a Monday night scope. I ask that if you would be so kind, if you find any value in this message, please share it on Twitter, Facebook, or whomever your friends are. You can also catch this scope permanently now on catch.me. And just look up Makiba Armstrong and bam, there it is. Periscope, it will run for 24 hours and then you will not have access to it. But if you go to catch.me, you will also find the scope. So I will, of course, be sharing on Twitter and Facebook. But if you have friends or whomever, please refer them to catch.me and they can also view the scope. So once again, I encourage you to check your alignment because you may be off just a little and you just may need a little bit of tweaking. No big deal. Don't be hard on yourself. Love yourself through it and just line yourself back up. And I promise you, life will continue to be good to you, good for you. You will be happy. You will love life. You will live with purpose and meaning. And hey, what else could you ask for? So once again, have a great night, everyone. I appreciate your time. I am so grateful. Thanks, Gwen, for coming in on the scope. I appreciate you and I love you, girl. Good night, little David. All right. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye-bye.